Hi there, my name's Dragon, and we need to have a serious talk about Streamlabs. Chances are, if you've clicked this video, you are a streamer and you are either looking at using Streamlabs OBS or you currently use Streamlabs OBS. I'm going to be talking about some of the things about Streamlabs that you need to know. There are definitely some pros and cons to Streamlabs OBS. On the pros side of things, it is a fairly easy interface to use, which is great for first-time streamers. It is also very interconnected with OBS Studio, so if you have used that in the past, you are likely to be able to understand Streamlabs fairly well. For your chosen streaming platform, it has an integrated software so that your chat comes up with Streamlabs versus having to try and bring up the chat elsewhere. However, that can also be a con in itself, which I'll bring up in the con side of things. It also has access to loads of different overlays that you can use in your streaming. On the con side of things, as I was mentioning about integration, if you stream cross-platform, either simultaneously or at different times, you'll find that Streamlabs does not particularly like integrating with another platform once you've already logged in with one of the platforms. I have witnessed this myself in the sense that I started streaming through YouTube, so I logged into Streamlabs through YouTube. I am now primarily streaming on Twitch, and the integration just wasn't there for it, so I had to bring up my chat to Twitch separately anyway. Another con is that all of those overlays, a lot of them are Prime based, so you do actually need to pay for a Prime subscription. But on that note, Streamlabs is also unknowingly charging its users for Prime anyway. Yeah, you heard me right. Streamlabs is charging its users unknowingly for Prime. The unknowing party being you. I set up my donations link through Streamlabs, which I thought was very easy to set up and made it nice and simple. I was happy with it. I set that up in June prior to my birthday, prior to reaching affiliate on Twitch. Donations link through your PayPal, all for security reasons and such, and I don't often use my PayPal, so hadn't noticed until about August, September that I was being charged monthly from Streamlabs ever since I set up the donation link. I was annoyed, is to say the least. I did not give Streamlabs explicit permission to be able to take money from me, but at the end of the day, it timed up with when I started the donations link and had just thought that I had missed the fine print somewhere about them charging for being able to use the donations link. I was fortunate enough that the monthly charges didn't actually ever touch my bank account. They just depleted all of my donations instead. It wasn't until a few months later, in September, when one of my housemates came across a Streamlabs charge on his PayPal. Now, for anyone who isn't aware about my household living arrangements, I have two housemates, one of which streams through Streamlabs as well on Twitch. The other does not stream. The one who does not stream is the one who suddenly started receiving charges. The only thing he's had to do with Streamlabs is donating to me to help out with my alert boxes through the Streamlabs link. How is he being charged for Streamlabs Prime when he doesn't even use it? So, we both immediately cancelled all automatic payments. I had left mine going because, as I said, I had assumed it was because I had missed fine print. But when he started being charged as well, when he shouldn't have been, we cancelled all payments very recently, and for privacy reasons, I'm not going to mention these people, but if you are one of these said people whose story it is, feel free to own up to it if you wish, but I completely understand the need for privacy. the stories themselves have been granted to be shared around. I'm just keeping an anonymity to it for them. One story comes from a prominent streamer on Twitch, and this is what she has to say. Last year, she was charged for the Streamlabs Prime, the full amount for it, when she never actually signed up for it. She's found out that this has happened to others and that it is a sneaky fine print that you're not totally aware that you're signing up for it. She emailed them and they refused to refund her the amount, and they said that even though they won't refund it, it is at least cancelled for the next time. She was incredibly frustrated and then very recently got charged again for another year despite being told that it was cancelled. She knows that she didn't accidentally sign up for it. And all of a sudden she's being charged again after going out of her way to make sure that it was cancelled. This sparked outrage in amongst her community, where a whole bunch of people came forward and said, hey, yeah, actually I was being charged too and I didn't even realize. I didn't know that I was signing up for anything like this. Somebody else even pointed out that it's a sneaky thing on the donations page where it looks like you're confirming a donation, but you're actually signing up for Prime, which is probably where my housemate got caught. Streamlabs is refusing to refund any of this money, is charging you for Prime when you don't sign up for it, and then you're not even utilizing some of those overlays anyway because you haven't signed up for Prime. It's very sneaky the way that they have done this, and the fact that they're providing no help whatsoever back to their community that is using it is just absolutely appalling. So if you're a streamer, my suggestion to you is probably go with something else. The problems that I personally am finding though is that you have Streamlabs OBS. You then have something like Stream Elements, which I have switched to and I'm actually loving it a lot more. I'm finding it quite a bit more user-friendly than Streamlabs. It's integrated better with Twitch for the alerts and that sort of stuff. It is working very well for YouTube as well, and since most of my streaming is over on Twitch, I've been able to integrate it properly through Twitch and have the integrations working fine, although the integrations for it work rather well with YouTube still as well. But another name for Stream Elements is OBS.live. It is still running through the whole OBS software. The OBS system has those same elements to it there. So realistically, as a streamer, there's not a lot of options out there. But one thing that I can say for sure with Stream Elements, there is at least a whole bunch of themes and overlays that are free. You're not being charged for anything, and I've read through the fine print and I'm not being charged unknowingly for premium software that I'm not actually using. Just some food for thought. Make sure that you're definitely reading all of your fine print, and if you are currently using Streamlabs, maybe just double check that you're not unknowingly being charged for Prime. Now, if you've paid for Prime for Streamlabs, great, that's fine, but you're knowingly signing up for it, and that is what the key important part is. So, it's just been something that's been on my mind since I found out that this is something that has affected so many others, and that's just not on for a community of streamers to be taken advantage of by their streaming software. So, but as always, aside from that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and definitely leave a comment down below if you have used Streamlabs and have been caught by this, if you are thinking about using Streamlabs at all and why you might still go with them, or what streaming software you actually use. And aside from that, I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hit that really hard.